Wildcat. Wildcat is another JSA member. That's where I was introduced to him in general. Wildcat is famous for being one of the best hand-to-hand close quarters fighter in all of DC. If we're talking about regular people, regular guys, okay? Regular. Because once you start leaving that realm of regular guys, you start to find out that not everybody can do what these guys do. But this guy's good enough to have taught two of the absolute fames, okay? Because this guy instructed Black Canary. That's not a small feat when you figure that Black Canary is one of the main hand-to-hand frontline fighters in the entirety of the DC universe. Period. And she has went on to train many heroes herself. But he also was one of the first guys to teach the Batman. He instructed Bruce Wayne in hand-to-hand combat. How to handle yourself, how to be tough, how to take them punches, how to move while hitting, how to read the room, how to know where you're fighting a guy and be able to watch and react with instinct as to how that guy's going to come at you, how to dispose of him and move to the next. Wildcat was no joke, man. His costume may be goofy, but he's from a different era. You're looking at a JSA guy here, okay? You're looking at a JSA guy. It's from a different era of heroes. And like I argued in the last review, sometimes the people that train, like you want that older guy who may not necessarily be able to do it that way anymore, but he has all that experience, all that knowledge, all that pain over the years. And he will get you there. He will make you something you never thought you could be. Because he's got experience that you simply cannot buy. Like, let's open up Wildcat. Here he is. That's Wildcat. That's Ted Grant. Ted Grant comes with Ted Grant. He's got to stand. See, Ted Grant, the Wildcat, he comes with just hands. But not extra sets of hands, just these hands. But, Ted Grant, you don't want to catch these hands, okay? That's what I'm telling you. This dude, this is all they needed. It's about ridiculous when you really think about it. You think about all these other figures that come with all this extra stuff. And then they made Ted Grant, and they were just like, what do we give him? And Todd McFarlane said, hands. And they said, like what? Like open hands? And he said, bitches, please. Ted Grant just needs hands. Just give them to him. Put him in the box and sell him. Bill will buy him. That was specifically the conversation that went down. He knew I would buy him. So I did. There he is. That's Wildcat. That's fantastic. That's Ted Grant. You know what? Just for fun, let's go ahead and check his card out. Because we have his card. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I pretty much know his backstory, to be fair. But I am curious which one they're pulling from in here. And this is the actual more original Ted Grant. So this is like the Ted Grant. And the reason I say that is because kind of how comic books kind of have to re-age themselves every now and then. And they kind of got to say, oh, well, this happened in the 40s, this happened in the 50s, this happened in the 70s, and so on and so forth. This is the original. This says right here, in 1941, boxer Ted Grant was framed for murder and on the run when a comic book inspired him to don a costume and track down the real killer as the Wildcat. Ted cleared his name, and loving the double life just kept on going. Specializing in sports-related crimes, Yeah, that's a real thing. He often helped his manager, Stretch Skinner, with detective agency that he ran as a sideline. I want you to understand something. Ted Grant, okay, back in the 40s, somebody framed this guy for murder. He put this ridiculous thing on after checking out a comic book and said, I could do all that crap. And then he went out and he used these hands. And he beat the crap out of every stupid fool that was dumb enough to come his way. They caught them hands and they went to jail. And then when it was over, they said, okay, Ted, we know you didn't do it. We're sorry, man. And he could have just went back to his life and went back to being a boxer and made that money. But he said, you know what? I really enjoyed punching bad guys. I think I'm gonna go punch more of them. And for years, people were afraid to catch them hands, and they did. And then when he was done, when he was done laying them hands, he went off and found some younger heroes, and he said, "Those are your hands?" And they was like, "Old man, you don't know about me. You don't know what I'm gonna be." And then he let them catch the hands, and they were like, "Oh shit, this old man is something." And the legacy of them hands ran all the way through the Batman. That's a legacy. I don't care how goofy somebody might think this dude looks. This is Ted Grant. These are the hands of the DC universe. They will hit you, okay? You will catch them, is what I'm saying.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.